Jonathan. Done. It was October 2012, and I'm over on the left coast, Northern California, 2,000 feet in the air on a mountain. I'm at a marital retreat with my wife, Stacy. It was a marital 911 retreat. I am literally hanging off the edge of a mountain, attached only by a rope, working on trust issues. And out comes Stacy running to the side of the mountain as I'm totally defenseless. And here's what she told me. Jonathan, I know this is supposed to be a week-long retreat, but I'm done. Really? Why? Why? Very many reasons, but a couple I want to let you know. The whole vocal variety thing and the dramatic pause while we're procreating, it's a little too much. And as she was running off the mountain, she said, "Oh yeah, when I asked you how the eggs were, a simple yes or no would have sufficed. I don't need you working on your evaluations when I ask you how my food is. Have a nice life." In the 30-year history of PSI seminars, I was the first person to actually fall off the mountain. And I'm a pretty big guy and they didn't know what to do. So I had a long time to dangle there and think things over. Hey, do you guys know the difference between a lectern and a podium? If you do, you may be in the same position as me. I was in too deep with this whole Toastmaster thing. I ended up on Match.com. You have to fill out a profile. Hobbies, leisure activities, what am I most proud of? I think you can guess my answer. Toastmasters, Toastmasters, Toastmasters. Every morning when I would go into work at 5 a.m., I would go to my inbox and I would hit inbox. I didn't get any matches. Hard to comprehend. About a week in, finally, one message. Her name was Kitty. She was a stunning brunette. And guess what? She was looking for somebody witty. A kitty looking for somebody witty. Could this whole in too deep thing finally be playing into my advantage? She lived in Captiva Island. After a few email exchanges and phone conversations, we decided it would be okay to meet at the Green Flash in Captiva, a lovely little restaurant. Dropped off my dog Chi-Chi at my mom and dad's house. Of course, they queried me, "Son, what are you going down to Captiva for?" I'm really trying to not lie any longer in my middle age, and I said, "I'm going down on business." So the whole entire trip down to Captiva, I'm not feeling witty. I'm feeling on edge. I'm feeling glad that I'm meeting Kitty at a bar. Did I mention that from the Central Florida facilitators, I hijacked the counter buzzer because I thought, for some reason, I might be able to display my wittiness with it. So we meet Kitty at the Green Flash. She is stunning, and I am pumped. The corks are flying, the bubbly is pouring. We're kind of, shall we say, 3 sheets to the wind, when it was time to sit for dinner. And I had a little liquid courage going on at that point, so I pulled the buzzer out and I sat it on the table. And wouldn't you know, I had a server who could fill our club's kitty up real fast. The land special of the day, the sea special of the day, the souffle that we had to order 20 minutes in advance, I nailed that thing. Finally, the third time, the guy jumps and almost hits the chandelier above our table, and he said, "Sir, what is that thing you're hitting? You're not on an airline, your server is right in front of you. Are you some sort of a mogul with that thing?" thing? I said, no, sir. I am a 25% tipper, but you are going to find that your tip is 75 cents shy of that magical number. Because you odd 3 times, I'm going to forgive you for the double pledge because you didn't do your icebreaker yet. I'm like, did I really just do that? And I looked over at Kitty, and she looked at me like I was an Ethiopian chicken and she was an Ethiopian. I heard these magical words. Jonathon, you are so handsome. You are brilliant. And you are witty. Would you like to have an extended date? I did the silent chest bump with myself, in too deep is working. So we made our way back to Kitty's pad. We spent some quality time together, perhaps a romantic conclusion. I went in to give Kitty a kiss goodnight. And to my terror, I'm in the health industry, by the way, Kitty was motionless. I went up to her, I looked, I listened, I felt. Kitty had used up all 9 lives, and I'm going to have to call the paramedics. My worst dreams are being realized. I'm going to be falsely convicted of a crime, and I don't want my last conversation with my mom to be behind a glass partition in a prison. So I stepped away, and I made the call, and great calls never happen at night. It's always bad. And I hear, "What?" And my dad was on the phone jointly answering, "What?" And I was about to tell him the story and what was going to happen, and there was Kitty. She was standing there, hailing me. She was alive. She was saying some things that I didn't think would probably sound good to my mom and dad. Table topics to the rescue. I gently put my hand over Kitty's mouth. Mom, Dad, Dennis, turn off whatever it is you're watching. I'm on the phone with my mom and dad, telling them how much I love them. Mom, Dad, I love you guys, just missed you. If you find yourself in this situation, fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Contest Master, and you wish you were at home watching Steve Jobs, you're in too deep, Mr. Contest Master.